I froze with the champagne glass halfway to my lips as my wife whispered, almost too softly to hear, "Can we spend tonight apart?" For a second I thought I misheard her. The candlelight flickered across her face, shadows dancing over the restaurant's red walls, catching the guilt shimmering in her eyes. Outside, rain lashed against the windows like impatient fingers tapping to be let in. Inside, the air suddenly felt too tight to breathe. "Tonight." I forced a laugh, but it cracked. "Sarah, it's our anniversary." She swallowed hard. "I know. And that's why I need clarity. Time to think." Her voice trembled, but her hands remained perfectly still, folded like she'd rehearsed this. My pulse thundered. This wasn't a request. It was a warning shot. Red flags always start small. I should have seen it coming. The late-night work calls. The turned-over phone when I entered a room. The new perfume she never wore for me. But love is a master illusionist. I saw red flags and my heart painted them white. So instead of confronting her, I nodded. "If that's what you need." Inside I fragmented. But I wasn't going to sit home and drown in uncertainty. Not this time. Because unlike Sarah, I came prepared. The trap. A week earlier, a friend who worked in cybersecurity had helped me set up a lost device tracker on her phone. Something I told myself was only for stolen phone emergencies. Denial is a soothing lie, until the moment truth scratches through the skin. When we returned home from dinner, Sarah packed a small bag. Not overnight clothes, a dress, heels, makeup, and the necklace I bought her last year. The one she wore on our happiest night. She was choosing to wear it for someone else. Every zip of that bag carved through me. "I'll be back tomorrow," she said, brushing my cheek with her hand. Her touch felt like a goodbye disguised as tenderness. "Please trust me." I almost said, "I did. For 12 years. But I let her go." I watched her leave, umbrella in hand, dissolving into the wet night. 5 minutes later, I opened the tracking app. A blinking dot moved across the city map like a heartbeat. Following her. Rain hammered the windshield as I tailed the taxi she took. The city lights smeared across the soaked glass, neon bleeding into darkness. I kept my distance, headlights off, my chest tight with each turn she took. My mind raced faster than the car. What if you're wrong? What if she's just overwhelmed? What if it's your insecurity ruining this? But another voice, quieter, wounded, whispered, "You already know the truth." The taxi stopped outside the Astoria Hotel, a boutique place known for privacy, no questions asked check-ins, and rooms that came with champagne as a default. The kind of hotel designed for hidden nights. My stomach knotted. Sarah stepped out, checked her phone and glanced around. For a moment I thought she saw me. Instead, she hurried under the awning, her umbrella dripping like a guilty secret. I waited. Then someone else appeared. A man. Tall. Confident walk. No hesitation as he joined her. When she smiled at him, nervous, hopeful, intimate, my lungs emptied. It wasn't the smile she'd given me in years. He touched her arm gently, guiding her inside. And I shattered. A room full of truth. I waited 15 minutes before following. I knew the receptionist. I had staged this. Earlier that day, I'd booked the room next to the one I suspected she'd choose. And I slipped the concierge an envelope to confirm if Sarah Bennett checked in and with whom. My plan wasn't rage. It wasn't violence. It was truth. Raw, undeniable, seen with her own eyes, not mine. A betrayal witnessed under the bright light of exposure, not the shadows of doubt. My phone buzzed. Room 407. "She's with him." The concierge looked at me with pity. "You sure you want this?" I wasn't sure of anything, but I nodded. I entered room 408, separated from her by a single wall. The silence roared louder than thunder. Through that wall I heard mumbled voices. A laugh. The clink of glasses. The thud of shoes being kicked off. A small gasp hers. Every sound burned like acid. I could have stormed in. But betrayal is a knife best pulled once, not stabbed repeatedly. So instead I texted her. "Happy anniversary. What did you want to think about?" A pause. Then I heard movement. Her phone vibrated through the wall. No reply. Good. I sent the second text, the one designed not to confront but to unravel. "Open the door." A stunned silence. Then hurried whispers. I stepped into the hallway. As I walked toward 407, each step felt like walking through a lifetime of memories. Our first apartment, Her crying in my arms when her mother died. The night she said she couldn't imagine growing old with anyone but me. I reached the door. It opened before I touched it. Sarah stood there, mascara-streaked, lips trembling, wearing the necklace, the symbol of promises she'd just broken. Behind her, the man stood frozen, shirt half unbuttoned, guilt draped over him heavier than clothing. Her voice cracked. "Michael, I can explain." I looked into her eyes. They held fear, regret, and something worse, relief at finally being caught. "You asked for a night apart," I said softly. "I gave it to you. Now I want honesty." She broke. Tears rushed out. I didn't plan for it to happen. I thought I was losing myself. He listened, he understood me, he isn't me, I finished. "But you wanted him instead." Silence hung thick enough to choke on. The man stepped forward. "Michael, I'm sorry. Sarah and I held up a hand. Don't say you didn't mean to. People don't end up in hotel rooms by accident." He lowered his gaze. I turned to Sarah. "I didn't come to punish you. I came so that when you remember tonight, you remember the truth, not the fantasy." Her knees buckled. "I made a mistake. I can fix this. We can fix this." I stared at her, the woman I loved, the woman who broke me. And I realized something cruel and liberating. I still loved her. That made the betrayal deeper, not easier. I handed her an envelope. Confusion clouded her face. Inside were signed divorce papers, dated before tonight. She looked up, stunned. You planned this?" I nodded, tears finally spilling. I didn't know for sure, but I needed to see the truth before I let go. Her voice cracked like fragile glass. "So this was a trap?" "No," I whispered. "A mirror." Then I turned and walked away, not triumphant, not vindicated, just hollow. As the elevator doors closed, I heard her collapse into sobs behind me, and part of me stayed in that hallway forever.